That was horrible.
It's so much fun to do.
Hello,
I got you
everybody.
doing it. I love
Welcome.
it.
Welcome to Ancient Peach. Sorry, we're sitting here making stupid.
Playing between the eyes.
Yeah, we're playing between. Okay, yeah. So, welcome to Ancient Peach. So today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people really need to check into. Basically home remedies. We all need to see if there's a way to get off a lot of those pills and stuff that we're on. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
It's not at all.
Yeah. In fact, I'll even go ahead and read this to you. Okay. So pharmakia, which is it's the biblical word back when, pharmakia, that was what they called it. Pharmacist, pharmacy, pharmaceutical. It is the Greek word for sorcery. So the English words are the pharmacy. That was what it translated into, was pharmacy, pharmacist, pharmaceutical. Okay, so this is a verse from the Bible. Can you see what is currently okay? If you read Revelation 18:23, it's basically asking you, can you see what the current happening in the world, which is all this pharmakia with the you know what, we're not going to mention, all that kind of stuff. So Revelation 9:20-21, the sixth trumpet and the second woe, the rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues, we know what that is, do not repeat the works of their hand, nor give up worshiping demons and idols of gold, silver, and bronze, and stone, and wool, which cannot see, hear, or walk. Nor do they repent of their murders or their sorceries, which is the other word for pharmakia, or their sexual immorality, or their thefts. So Revelation 18:23-24 is, for your merchants were the great ones of the earth, and all nations were deceived by your sorcery, pharmakia, and in her was found the blood of the prophet and the saints and of all who had been slain on earth. So let's see. I know it says somewhere, and I'm having the hardest time finding it. But I know, okay, so somewhere in the Bible, we are not, God looks down on pharmakia. He does not, that's, to him, that's sorcery, that's evil, that's witchcraft, all that kind of stuff. So the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immortality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, pharmakia, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like that. I warn you, as I warned you before, that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. Okay, so you need to get off the pharmacy, And for any of you that kind of want to check this out, look up Strong's. You want the Strong's concordance. Look up pharmakia, or look up sorcery, and it'll give you the pharmakia definition: the use of administering drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. Metaph. And that brings up something else that actually, if any of you are friends with me on Facebook, you saw something that I posted earlier this week. The deception and seduction of idolatry. Just think about meta. What's meta going on right now? So anyway, we'll maybe talk about that on another show. So me and Lep are going to bring you some home remedies, some things that you might be able to use or to kind of maybe get you started on slowly getting off of the medications and doing some home remedies to fix your ailment or your situation. So, do you want to do the daily hello?
Well, I can, or we can continue on with what we're doing. It's up to you, dear. I'm easy.
That is. Let's go on and do the Irish jig. You ready?
I are.
Oh wait,
There you go.
Let's do an ad. Let's do a stupid ad. It said ad in 1 second. I saw it when I hit. Okay, ready? Go.
Good afternoon, my fellow Ain't You Peachers. Happy Sunday. It's the 100th day with 265 remaining in 2022. Today is National Siblings Day that honors our brothers and sisters. As siblings, they are our best friends or our worst enemies. At times, siblings will provide us with our biggest competition, strongest encouragement, and remind us of our most embarrassing moments. Fictional characters describe those siblings best who are both rivals and yet best friends, from the Brady Bunch and the Cosby Family to the Simpsons. Storytelling and stories in her humorous and dramatic form. Wow, can get that out. It's National Farm Animals Day, and that focuses attention on humane care of farm animals. A variety of animals have been domesticated and raised on farms for food. They provide eggs, milk, cheese, meat, wool, leather, and other products. Farmers invest in their livestock from the time they're born, providing nutritious food and ensuring robust and healthy development. They also provide ideal conditions for their breed. It's National Encourage a Young Writer Day. Do you know a young person who has a vivid imagination? Maybe somebody who likes to tell stories and reads a lot of books? These may be signs of a great young writer. It's National Cinnamon Croissant Day. The croissant-shaped dough is filled with sugar, cinnamon, and butter, then rolled and shaped and baked to a golden brown deliciousness. You can add icing for extra sweet touch. A crescent roll is similar to a croissant, that the outside features a light, flaky crust and reveals a warm, buttery inside. The key to the perfect croissant is laminating the dough. Laminating the dough is a process by which butter is folded into the mixture, creating multiple thin layers of butter and dough. It's day 758 of 14 to flatten the curve. Thank you, Liberty Lighthouse. It was on last night at 8 p.m. What is the opposite of a lady fingers? Mentos.
I had to get that in my head. I don't like to eat. Sorry.
Well,
Chelsea.
okay, if you didn't like Mentos, maybe you'd like some good APR coffee. And you can get that by going over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and get your order in, because they're getting ready to get going all over again. So pop on over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and get your order in. Mm-hmm. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
I definitely like some APR coffee. Yeah, they got some pretty good flavors out there. Okay, so we'll go on and start this out with, actually, this is one of my go-tos for a lot of things. There's a lot of uses for this. I actually use a lot of essential oils. Mm-hmm. Now, let me tell you ahead of time, because I know that there are, when this thing went kind of, big with the essential oil thing several years back, a lot of essential oil companies kind of jumped on the bandwagon. The problem is that people weren't aware of what you need to look for in a actual essential oil. So you were getting very weak or oils that had variations added, things added to it, the way that they were processed, all different things that actually weaken what your oils are. Now, I know there are several companies out there that do it appropriately, and there's some that I probably don't know about, but my advice to you is to always check out the company, see how the things are processed, see if they open all that up to you. Now, I I don't sell them. I have the opportunity to sell them if I want to. And y'all can always hit me up if you want to buy some oils. Myself, I use Young Living. I have that type of an account where I can sell if I want to, but it's not like I'm forced to or anything like that. That's where all of my oils come from. They actually allow you anywhere in the world because they own their own crops. They pull their own stuff. They actually have what they call seed to sell, which means they plant it, they grow it, they pull it, they process it, and then they put the seal on it. Okay. And you can go to any of their facilities and literally watch the whole process. So there are no secrets, not hidden or anything else. Another good one, I don't want to, knock any of them. doTERRA. I actually have friends that do doTERRA. It used to be a part of Young Living, and I know that their process is also similar to Young Living. They have different, some different oils than we do. And then there are some others that I'm not quite sure of, but I'm just saying, please be careful, especially if you are orally taking, because not all oils made by other companies are
Safe.
Yeah, safe for you to be putting in your mouth. Yeah, ingesting. They're good for smelling or stuff like that. So
rubbing on the
if
outside
you're,
as a topical.
yeah, you just need to be very careful about how you do it. So anyway, my favorite oil, now that we're past all that, anytime I talk about oils, y'all just remember that, is peppermint. Peppermint is really good. I actually use peppermint for headaches, you rub a little bit on your temples, back on back of your neck, stuff like that. It will help lessen your headaches. It helps with opening up your sinuses. There's so many things. On this, it has a list of cramps, bloating, gas, diarrhea, and constipation, which I've never really used for any of those things, but I do use it for headaches quite a bit. I have other ones that I use for the other stuff, but it's a really good, and that's one of the cheaper oils that you can buy. I know Young Living and doTERRA, it's very low priced, so that is a good one. So what about
you? Peppermint works for headaches, so you just put it on your temples, you said, or behind the ear, you were saying?
I tend to put it, you don't want to put it too close to your eyes because the fumes from it will burn your eyes. You want to be very careful when you are putting anything on your face, and make sure you do not put it, it will, the fumes will hit your eyes, and then you'll just be blinded because you can't, your eyes start watering and going crazy because of that. It's burned. So yeah, definitely the temples, the back of the nape, nape
of the neck.
Yeah, sometimes up on, it depends on where your headache is. Sometimes up here, maybe right between your eyes. It'll open up your sinuses too. See, and that's something else I've been known to kind of stick it right in here. And it kind of opens it up, opens everything up. Chest, it'll help with the chest some. So different little things. Yeah.
Now that's one you say you go to. Now I have two main home remedies for myself. Headaches, I grab the oxygen bottle, hit the O2 a couple of times. That seems to help. But not everybody has O2. For heartburn, baking soda, like a half a teaspoon in a shot of water will fix heartburn.
That's true.
For IBS pain, cinnamon, Jesus, Peaser, cider vinegar with mother.
Apple cider vinegar, you mean?
Yep.
Okay.
Apple cider with it, but you have to get it with the mother.
Something like IBS, or any kind of, for me, any kind of stomach. If I diarrhea or nauseated or something like that, I always go with the ginger. I actually have a little jar up in the cabinet in my kitchen that is, and you always want to use something to counteract the strength. So I use coconut. I usually use organic coconut oil. I have a little thing that I stick down in there and it blends it. So I will use like oregano. I mean, not oregano, ginger. I'll put like a couple of drops of ginger in some coconut oil, get it mixed up really, really good, and then let it concentrate. And then I'll just stick my fingers in it and then rub it on my stomach. And 9 out of 10 times it gets rid of it,
Well, now ginger is also good for indigestion.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not feeling good. Do you even have them there at your house? What is yours? Ale 8 or Red 8 or something?
Mine are Red Rock Ginger Ale, which is made right here in Georgia. But I know that Kroger carries it pretty much everywhere. That is, I haven't seen it. Well, it's like, I know I've seen it before. You have to look in it's going to be where all the little, like you got Coke on one side, Pepsi on the other. And then on the other end where they have like the little, smaller,
the generic stuff like the cherry wine and the
stuff that's not, they only have one. Like I know Red Rock actually does they do ginger ale, and then they do something else I can't remember the name of, but it's fairly new. They used to only do the ginger ale, so it was all down there on that end where the little things like that. But unlike your what are some generic, like is it not Seabreeze? The little ginger ale. Seagrams, yeah, Seagrams and
Vernon's.
All those that you can buy at your little store. You can get them in singles and all that kind of stuff, and they look almost white. They look almost white, like Sprite color when you pour them into a glass. They aren't ginger. They're just called ginger ale. If they have any ginger in there, there's not enough to make a difference. This stuff that I drink literally will burn your lips. Okay? The instructions
so it's like
that
the bold,
it's like you're drinking pure ginger. You are drinking pure ginger. My grandfather swore by it. My mother and them, they always kept cases of it underneath the bed, and you weren't allowed to touch it unless you were sick. But the rule was get some crushed ice and a straw. And they come in the little small, you can get them in bigger ones. Like I have a son that actually likes to drink them all the time. But if you get a little small bottle, you pour it over some crushed ice and drink it with straw. You do not want to you don't want it to touch your lips. I mean, it literally burns, but that, it's pure when it's burning, because ginger is very, very hot.
Right.
I mean, it is and at Kroger also, I don't know how many of y'all have Krogers, and I'm sure the other stores, I'm sure that Sprouts and all these other that are closer to naturopathic, have them, but you can buy ginger already sliced up. It has sugar on it, it's treated. You can probably buy it without it, but I've yet to find it like that. So at Kroger, I always buy like a little container that has sliced ginger, and it's been treated and stuff, candied. They call it candied ginger. And if I feel bad, sometimes I will just grab a couple of pieces of that and eat it and go on about my business, and it takes care of it. But ginger, I love ginger.
And you say it's Red Rock, huh?
Red Rock Ginger Ale. And I know Walmart.
My store, I thought I didn't see it in my store. They don't have it. Well,
look at Walmart. And you can also buy it online. You can look online. I think Walmart will actually ship it to you. But
if it's at Bernie, it'll be like the Canada Dry Bold, and that's real zippy.
Yeah, I don't know. I would look on the Red Rock Ginger Ale website and see if they have, because most places like that have where you can put in your state or zip code or whatever, and it'll tell you where you can find it. I know they had it in Texas.
Now there's Ale 8. We have Ale 8 out here. But even, see, China Mart has Ale 8, but they don't have, there's Buffalo Rock, but no Red Rock. Seagrams.
Let me see.
No, China Mart don't have it neither.
Oh, my ear.
Isn't that wild? So Red Rock.
Amazon has it. Amazon has
Oh,
it.
goody. There we go.
Red Rock Golden Ginger Ale. Yep, they sure do.
Order it from Amazon.
Yep, you can order it from Amazon. I love it. I mean, I grew up on it. I haven't had a Seagram's or any of those other Sweps or whatever. I have not had one of those in years. And the only time I would ever get one is if I was desperate. I literally keep at least a 6-pack hidden in my house. All times. And I have my ginger slices. And I have my oil, my ginger oil. So, yeah, I'm covered.
There you go. Well, that's a good way for your tummy. So we've got ginger ale for your tummy and vinegar if it hurts, cider vinegar, and ginger ale, baking soda. And so that's 3 things for your tummy. Let's see there's all kinds of other stuff you can do.
What about something to lay your head on?
It is that time that I should just curl up and take a nap. But the best way to take a nap, well, I should say the most comfortable way to take a nap is by going over to mypillow.com. Scroll over about 3 tabs down, about 3 boxes, right there where it says radio specials. Click on that and use the promo code Mojo50. That'll save you 66%. They got the fold and go towel. They've got the mattress toppers. They've got the fuzzy slippers that everybody seems to love with the great soles that you can go to China Mart in if you need your Canada Dry, because we don't have Red Rock. So if you need your ginger ale, you can leave your slippers on
Amazon and order it.
There you go. Go to Amazon and order it. And all you got to do is go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Mojo50 at your checkout. Don't you know? Yeah, I was watching. That's good.
You were watching what?
Whoops. I was watching the clock. Just as you said it, I looked down and went, yep, it's time for a new.
Well, I had just switched over so I could see when the next beep was. And so I was like, might as well get that in real quick. So what's next on your list?
I thought I'd do headaches. Seeing how we got the tummy, we might as well do the top. There's 3 kinds of headaches. There's a tension headache, which is most common of the trio. It's a dull, throbbing pain, usually accompanied by a tightness in the scalp and the neck. And let's see, triggers range from depression to everyday stress, such as screaming kids in traffic. And I think I'll probably save that, or almost. I can get them in. Vascular headaches, they're more intense. And then less common are organic headaches. And after we get done with this pretty music, coming up in a few seconds, we'll talk about what you can do to get rid of them, besides decapitation and offing your kids. Although that gives you a headache of different sorts, then you have to deal with Johnny Law, and well, that's even worse on the pain in that very area.
Oh my gosh, decapitation. Let's all decapitate.
Yeah, that's what Red Queen said. Off with their head. Off with their head. Terrible, isn't it? Well, break came up quick.
Yeah, it did. And here it comes. We'll see y'all on the other side.
2 and 2. And my counterpart defarted. I guess she's going to clear the air. If you farted, I guess you would need to. Hi, guys. Everybody having fun today? How do you like Ain't You a Peach and Home Remedies? Keeps you healthy, wealthy, and wise. I keep trying to get so I can sit with between her eyes, but the hat's blocking it. I need to be that much taller, but I'm a short little shit, so I can't do that. Isn't that terrible? Oh, sigh of ecstasy.
Uh-oh.
Hi, I are here. I was entertaining people during the break.
I was thirsty.
You kicked the light. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was thirsty. I had to go get my drink. Totally forgot it downstairs.
Or Tang.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I got yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy. Isn't that how the song went?
No, I'm sitting here playing with the eyes.
Oh, you got it set about perfect there. It's hard to get.
See my new shirt?
In between.
See my new shirt? It glow different with God. Hi, yeah, 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 yeah.
It's been rainy and drizzly and gray here all day. Uh-oh.
It's been gloomy.
But we're back almost. I didn't want to say coming.
Welcome back.
Hey.
So if you missed the first half, we're talking about home remedies, things that you can do to get rid of that pharmakia. So you're talking about headaches.
Yeah. Just before the break, I had mentioned that there's 3 different kinds. As I scroll back up, just to recap, tension, vascular, and vasculars are severe and throbbing and piercing pain. They take first prize for pain. Cluster and migraine headaches fall into this category. Ooh, if you've ever had a migraine, that's terrible. And less common is organic, in which pain becomes increasingly worse and is accompanied by other symptoms such as vomiting, coordination problems, visual disturbances, speech, and personality changes. Ooh, not good. Some of the things you can do, it's kind of funny. Try, but don't overdo pain pills is their first list. And the whole idea is not to do pills. So try not to do that one, even though most over-the-counter analgesics, like aspirin, acetaminophen, ibuprofen. That's what I said. Didn't I? No. I said it wrong? Analgesic?
Yeah, it's analgesic.
Oh, I left out the G, so it's just analgesic. Okay. So you have your analgesic. Is that like being seasick from the butt? I'm not sure.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, so some of the things you can try lying down, close your eyes for half an hour. Okay, that's better than decapitation. Unlike the song, don't let the sunshine in, because, bright light hurts your head, especially if it's migraine. You get worse headaches with migraines, and lights hurt it, and you get upset tummy. Not fun. You can try using a cold compress. Take a wash rag, dip in some ice water, and then put it over your head. You can try putting your kids in giant Ziploc bags so they can no longer make noise, but I won't recommend that one. You can try heat. If the ice feels uncomfortable to help your headache, try placing a warm washcloth on your head. So put a cold cloth on one head and a warm one on the other, and see which one chills firstest. You can also try thinking pleasant thoughts, like, if I kill my kids, they'll shut up. But that probably won't help. You can check for tension along with the preceding steps. Stop periodically during the day and check your body for tension. That's where you take your shoe up, look at your heel, it says tension level. No, okay, so it doesn't. Let's see. Are you clenching your jaw or wrinkling your brow? Are your hands balled up in fists? If you notice these kind of things, you're probably displaying a little bit of tension. So when you curse vehemently at the car in front of you for going too slow in the 45-mile-an-hour zone when he's only doing 12, that probably causes tension. You can try quitting smoking cocaine because that's not good for you. Oh, no, it just says smoking. It may worsen your headache. Sorry. I figured crack would give you a headache. And don't drink. Drinking more alcohol than you're used to. So if you normally have 2 gallons a day, don't try having 3 because it'd probably hurt. And see, they definitely cause notorious morning after effects like a pounding headache. So what can you do? Start a program of regular exercise. Cut down on the caffeine. Fight the nausea first because some headaches may be accompanied by nausea. So instead of banging your head on the porcelain altar as you're worshiping, get rid of the nausea first so you don't bump your head and make your headache worse as you're losing it. Let's see. Peach juice, apricot nectar, flat cola. They seem to help relieve the effects of nausea. Now, to not get headaches, you can rise and retire at the same time every day. So get up at 7:01 and then go back to bed at 7:02. That should help. You can also keep a headache diary. And if you get frequent headaches, try to tease out the factors that seem to be responsible, like the kid screaming in the next room, the boss telling you actually have to work, or those idiots in front of you driving 12 miles an hour in a 45. Those things seem to help. And let's see, when you're keeping your journal, you have to rate them on a scale of 1 to 3, starting with no headache. That's a score of 0. And then moving up, mild headache is a 1, moderate to 0 is a 2, and a 3 means you're ready to find a guillotine and go, I can fix this. Those are a few of the things that you can do, and they don't necessarily all work. Natural home remedies, and see 10 to 30% of the headaches are related to food sensitivities and dietary triggers. For some individuals could be, does it say which foods? No. Home remedies listed below. I'm scrolling. Trigger, 24-hour. Oh, here you go. Look for patterns in foods you've eaten within the past 24 hours of getting a headache to see if the food caused your headache. Now, if you were eating steak and you went to the store and paid for it, I presume that would give you a headache. I know it would me because it's expensive. I can't afford it. No?
I don't know. What? I don't know where you're at. I've been looking and I can't find you anywhere.
Oh, I was scrolling down the monosodium glutenate's not good for you. Triamine and other amines, other amino acids can produce headaches. MSG, nitrates, definitely. They put nitrates in the wine or sulfates, and that always gives you a headache the next day. Home remedies from the freezer, ice, cold washcloth, and those kind of things. Home remedies from the fridge, peach or apricot nectar can help relieve the upset tummy. Hot water, dip your warm cloth in it, put it on your head. You can try that. You can try peppermint, cloves, other spices, rosemary, especially if you're doing chicken. I like rosemary on my chicken. That's pretty much all they list for headaches, remedies.
Well, I actually
rosemary
use
for easing pain.
I use the clove, the rosemary, all that I use from oils, from essential oils.
Right. Clove is good for toothaches too. If you got a toothache, put a whole clove in there by it and it'll make it numb.
See. Hang on, and I'll tell you what all clove is really good for.
For which one?
Clove. So
it's pretty decent on ham.
Clove is an analgesic, so
Mhm.
those kind. Antibacterial. Clove is also good for antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-parasitic. It's an antiseptic. You need to clean something, before you bandage it. Anti-tumoral, antiviral, disinfectant, and immune stimulant. So it's good for a lot of things. Let me see what rosemary. Let's see. Rosemary. So rosemary.
Great on chicken.
Analgesic, antibacterial, anti-cancer, anti-catarrhal, and I'm not sure what that is. Antifungal, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and expectorant. So when you're stuffed, you can put some rosemary, and it will cause you to expectorant. But I mean, like I said, I literally, when I'm not feeling good, if it's something that I haven't tried oil, I will go to my little trusty dusty. What oils are good for this? And yep. So it's
True.
Good. It's good. I mean, I have your little things that blow the smoke out, and I have soaps. I have oils made, like put together for different creams, for pain, for headache, all that. It's all, See, and that's something that I think we really need to touch on is antibiotics.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a big thing, because you notice that all of those were antibacterial or antiviral, and that is a big problem. That is one of the first medicines. I understand people are on a lot of different medicines, but that one particular medicine that doctors literally give to you as if they were giving you a balloon or a bag of candy is the worst pharmaceutical that there is. I understand that there are drastic times when people need it, but lately they give it to you for a sinus infection. They'll give it to you for the stupidest things, and they will give it to you so often that your body slowly loses its own immune system. And
I believe that.
That is why, I mean, I haven't taken antibiotics in probably about 7 years. I actually, because I had surgery, and after you have surgery, all the stuff, all the medicines and everything they put you on in the hospital, all the antibiotics, all that stuff literally will cause your body to go into a, some sort of reaction. And for me, it was urinary tract infections. So I would get a urinary tract infection. I would go to the doctor. They would give me antibiotics. I would take the antibiotics. The minute the antibiotics were gone, the urinary tract infection came right back. Well, I started doing my own research and finding out, it's not good. There's other things that can deal with these issues. And that was when I actually started getting into the essential oils, because I started finding that there were essential oils that could do the job that these antibiotics. For me, it's oregano. I always keep a bottle of oregano. And like I said, you have to make sure that you're getting a good, reliable oil. I trust Young Living, and I actually have empty capsules downstairs. I will put a little bit of coconut oil in there and about 3 or 4 drops of oregano in it, close the capsule, and take it. Now, it is very hot. It is like that ginger we were talking about. It is very hot. It will burn your skin. So you have to, it's like I always take it with milk. That way it kind of goes down easy. But I will do that just like I would a normal antibiotic. I would take it, if I had something, a sinus infection, a urinary tract infection, something that was just starting, I would take it like an antibiotic anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day, and then slowly kind of wean off, and it'll literally get rid of the same thing that the antibiotics will, and not kill your immune system. So, yeah, I am so against antibiotics. I'm serious. They would
They way
literally have to
overdo
beg
them.
me. Hmm?
They way overdo them, and that's why I think
Yes.
they do it so people will become
It makes you
immune.
reliable. It makes you
Right.
reliable on them, you know?
You know what you really should rely on is if you went to preparewithmojo50.com. Really, if you went to preparewithmojo50.com, that'll take you over. You can find the 4-week or the 4-month supplies on sale, as well as they've got 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 7 weeks, and a whole kind. And I mean, it's the whole thing. It's the whole meal. It's a 2,000 calorie a day worth of meals. There's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything. And according to one each Brad Staggs from the Daily Mojo, there's some great banana chips that seem to evaporate in the general air for some reason. But all you have to do is go to Prepare with Mojo 50 and check out that good stuff there. And that way, how do they say it? When the fan hits it's a backwards way to say
When
when
poop
the
hits the fan.
yeah, well,
I'm being kind.
when the fan hits the no, when the shan hits the fan. Anyway, yeah. So go on over to Prepare with Mojo 50
Hmm.
because they can help you. And it's getting to be summertime, and people are going to be outside and get
Hmm.
allergic reactions for being outside. They're going to get sunburns. They're going to get insect bites. There's poison ivy. There's chemicals and soaps, and there's all kinds of stuff. So you know what you can do for home remedies to keep you from itching? Baking soda. Now I knew it works good for heartburn, but I didn't know that in those hard to reach places, that one body can't get, add 1 cup of baking soda to a tub of warm water and soak for half hour to an hour, and then air dry, and you won't be itching nearly as much.
Hmm.
At sea, you can also add 1 to 2 cups of finely ground oatmeal to the bath water. Not too hot, or you're going to end up making cereal around yourself. Lemon. I never knew this one. You can use fresh lemon to treat itchy skin. It contains antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties, which help to reduce itching. Hey, if nothing else, at least you're going to smell good. Juniper berries. Now, the Paiute Indians, the Shoshone, Cherokee, knew how to stop itch, and that was with juniper berries. And they're available at some grocery stores. These berries contain an anti-inflammatory, a volatile substance when combined with cloves, which contain eugenol, eugenol,
I'm looking for
eugenol,
it.
to numb nerve endings, and that stops the itch too. You make a salve of both spices, melt 3 ounces of butter in a saucepan. In a separate pan, melt a lump of beeswax, about 2 tablespoons. When the beeswax is melted, combine it with the butter, stir in well, add 5 teaspoons of ground juniper berries and 3 teaspoons of cloves. Let it cool, and you've got a paste to put on your itchy skin.
Okay,
You
so
can also
it's eugenol. The colorless to pale yellow or aromatic, oily liquid extracted from certain essential oils. Huh. So it comes from clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, basil, bay leaf. So it's not the oil itself, it's something that
is in it, a
that
chemical that's
process,
in it.
yeah, that comes out of those plants. Okay.
You can make a basil tea and put it on you. Like cloves and basil contain high amounts of that eugenol.
And I see my favorite down there too. Mint.
Basil's mint.
Mint tea.
Yep. Yeah. If you're serving that basil for spaghetti sauce, try a mint tea rinse instead. Chinese folk medicine values mint as a treatment for itchy skin and hives. Mint contains significant amounts of menthol, which
And then
has an analgesic and anti-inflammatory.
below that is one of my other favorites, aloe. Actually, it was really funny because several weeks back, probably about a month or so back, Kroger was getting rid of certain plants, and aloe was one of them. And I literally found, I think I got 3 of them they were marked down to like 99 cents. And I was like, oh, because I grew up with the aloe, when you burn yourself, you literally
burn yourself, sunburn. Yeah.
Right. So I bought 3 of them, came home, and also I found that aloe helps with it does something to the oxygen in your house.
Really?
It was so coincidental when I found this because I had just heard about that like probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I found those. Is that aloe vera, it filters, it does filtering of your oxygen, and it helps the oxygen levels and stuff in the house. So I thought, oh, I'm going to grab these. So I brought them home. I put one in my roommate's room. I put one downstairs in the living room and one in the kitchen. And then this weekend we actually pulled them out because they're already getting so big. We pulled them out and put them in some bigger pots and stuff.
Right.
But that is one of it's really funny because about 2 weeks ago I was cooking something and I used the thing to get the pan out, but then not thinking, it was kind of sitting kind of crooked and it was bugging me, and I took my palm of my hand and kind of like just to kind of bump it, to slide it over a little bit.
Bump.
And no, it wasn't that. It was that it literally it like you could hear it when it hit my skin. And I literally immediately I rinsed it with cold water. I cut me off a piece of the leaf and opened it up and took a Band-Aid, and I bandaged it on my hand over that thing, and I kept rotating it for the next couple of hours, putting a fresh one on and stuff. It never festered up, it never blistered, it never did anything. You could see like where it had burned it, but it never turned into a blister. And this was
aloe is one of those. It's one of those cactus that everybody should have, and it's good for keeping you from itching too. Now that one I didn't know. I didn't know you could use it for itchies.
Oh yeah, and I buy the bottles of the aloe juice. I love that. I like to harass my roommate too because you get that pulpy stuff in it, not pulp, and she'll be like, yeah. It grosses her out.
Couldn't you take a mortar and pestle and make your own aloe gel just by beating the bejeebies out of it?
I am hoping once I get enough. I would like to actually be able to learn how to root them and make several pots, because then I can keep branching off until I have enough of them and they get really big, because I think it's the really big ones that you really need to do that, and then learn how to make my own aloe vera juice, because I literally love that stuff. I mean, I could drink it all day long. There's one in my
I don't think I've ever drank any aloe.
It's really good. It really is.
Now I've had agave. I mean, that's cactus juice.
I've had that too,
a lot of agave.
Usually when you think of agave, though, you think of a margarita or a mixed drink.
Oh, no, you can drink straight tequila.
I know, but I'm just saying that I've never, sat and drank agave juice. Like.
Oh, no. That's what I'm referring to. I take old agave juice. It's been fermented.
Yeah, I've just never done that.
Like Jose Cuervo, although that's really a bad agave juice. Don Julio's pretty good. Cabo isn't bad. Yeah.
Another thing.
I like my agave.
Another thing that's really, really good. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to the honey. Now, I love honey. And this is something that people don't realize on honey is don't buy the little bears. Don't, I mean, seriously, those are like watered down, a buttload of extra sugar added. I mean, honey has enough sugar already. Go find a local vendor. Seriously, find a local vendor. And if you can't find a local close enough, see if they ship. See if there's someone who carries your somewhat local vendors. I'm lucky because up the road there are two different places up the road that carry the local honey here. You need the local honey that helps you with your local pollens, because when you have a attack, when you're having a sinus infection, it is against the pollen that is blooming near you. Therefore, you need the honey to have that pollen in it that will build up your immunity. I know some places, there's a place close to me that actually sells, it's like pollinated pills with the local pollen that's supposed to do the same thing as the honey does, where it helps you build up your immunity to the pollen. But you want to get your local. It's better honey. It's pure honey. It tastes better. It's a little more expensive, but it is worth it. On top of you're supporting your local businesses, you want to support
that part, which is good.
Yes.
Now on that WebMD page, I will state that their last line under honey. Did you read that? And while you may have heard that local honey can help with allergies, studies don't back that up. Of course, that's from WebMD. So that's kind of like going to, what is it, Snopes?
Well, yeah, that's like going to Synopes. If they're saying one thing with the CDC or any of these other places, I generally go the opposite anyway. But it has been tested, and they say, that, I mean, you got to look at it. Yeah,
I've always heard that too.
Is good. Honey is good with allergies. It's good for sore throats. It's got so many. If you do your research, you can usually find something that can help you with almost anything, and honey is one of those things. It helps with a lot of different things. You just need to research it.
Yeah. Yes. I know for me personally, it's just my fat little derriere. If I start to get a cold, bit of a sore throat, tea, and I do green teas, so it's not orange pico. I do greens. Tea with lemon and honey, and then mega doses of vitamin C, probably 4,000 units 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once at lunch, and then once in the evening. And I have yet, generally speaking, within 72 hours, no cold. You get that scratchy throat the one day, you start doing that day one, by day 2, nothing. It's
I'm not
kicked out of the system.
I'm not going to lie and say that some of these remedies will work as fast as antibiotics, but you got to think of what the stuff is doing. You want the pros of what these do to help get rid of things, or do you want the cons of what an antibiotic does to your body in reality? Your body was meant to fight these things. So if you can get your immune system built back up by doing these things instead of running to the doctor and getting these pharmacia, you're going to build your immune system back up. And then each time that it happens, it won't take you as long to heal when you're using natural remedies. You will eventually, your body will be working with these natural remedies to do what it needs to do. We're probably going to have to extend this. I'm liking it.
There's still a whole lot of stuff. I mean,
this can be kind of like
kinds
our laws.
Of things.
This can be like
stuff you can
laws.
do for.
The law thing we did where we went for months doing.
Yeah, we did go for a long time, because there's stuff you can do for memory loss. There's stuff you can do for menopause, for low immunity. Yes. And something called, are you on that MD or How It Works page too? Larry Nigus? What the hell is Larry Nigus?
I don't know. But we're like
the bark of the Larry Nigus is worse than its bite.
We're down to the end, so we may have to resume this next week. Like I said, I'm liking this.
This has been really interesting. You guys tell us what you think in the room too.
But that's the thing, is I can talk about it. I can just talk and talk and talk because I have gone to a lot of trouble to get my immune system back to where it needs to be. And so yeah, chances are next week will be more of this. And we will see everybody next week. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Take care of your
Peace out,
body.
everybody.
Bye.